since someone I can't tag, I have to at them, but then I always feel that it's awkward just throwing at Lando Martina at the end of the tweet. So I
Yeah.
don't need to tag you. I don't want you to think that it's like I'm not tagging you. I feel a little weird just having you like the one random app. We are live.
Bam!
So this is a cold open. This, for all these people where they'll like wait till it's recorded and then they'll be like, so random conversation that I pull out of my ass because I actually wasn't planning this. Cold open is just talking, someone randomly records, and then you're just like, oh yeah, we're in the middle of a conversation, let's just finish this. I mean, I've had this chat before too many times. We are Shades of Blue. I am Crunk Chocolate. This is Lando. This is the lit stream. I'm super excited for you. We have well, let's start here. Lando, how are you? How's it going, my homie?
Good, my brother. Good. Doing well. Everyone's doing well in the house. Getting a little chilly out here, a little nippy. A cool, cold, crisp 80 degrees local in Columbia, South Carolina today. It's fucking November 9th. The fuck is going on?
Oh my gosh, I almost spit because it actually is cold here in eastern Iowa. It's like
Yeah.
65 degrees.
Yeah.
It's the point my dogs just we were both sunbathing.
Yeah.
The sun actually felt nice and warm.
Yeah.
I wasn't even rushing her this morning and afternoon when she needed to use the restroom because it's just the sun felt so good on the skin. I've almost forgot what it felt like.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
And just to reiterate this, all sports aside, if you just want to follow a quality Twitter account and get some just adorable puppy love every now and then, go follow Crunk Chocolate. Do yourself a favor and follow Crunk Chocolate and get yourself some random puppy paws. I need more of your dogs. I need more of this. These moments,
I can do that.
these moments are precious with our lovely dogs and our animals. So you're a good follow for that.
Yes,
get in there, folks.
I don't want people to actually know. Yes, people know I'm nice and I'm caring, but once people know that you have like a pet that you care about, that's like a whole other extra level of like weakness that I don't want to let people to know I got. Because they need to be fearful that I can like power slam them through a table at any moment.
That's fair.
You can't do that with my adorable Choco Lab, just like tail wagging next to me. So that's all it is. It kind of just messes with the Crunk Chocolate vibes. That's the only thing.
That's fair. You got to keep a profile. I understand it.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Man, we got a fantastic show for you tonight. Please feel comfortable lighting up those chats. Shout out to all the people again who rewatched the match because there's a lot of things that are going on right now. Thursday night, it's kind of a lit night. I understand you can't be here now, but shout out to everybody who watches it post. Shout out to you. If this is your first time, hi, hello, welcome. Hope to see you again. If this is your last lit stream, I hope your contact falls out and seemingly disappears. I hope every time you order hot coffee, it's cold, and every time you're cold brew, it's too acidic to enjoy. I hope you order steak and it comes well done. I hope. Nah, I gotta chill. I just gotta let you guys know it's the lit stream. We lit. Enjoy the show. A tastefully destructive show for you all. Fantastic guests. Shady Gang. We got Saul stopping by for his monthly visit. Skye, the homie, kick it with us after and finish the show with the most dope member of Shady Gang, Brad Baker. Where should we start though, homie? Because there was Liverpool losing to Toulouse. Mbappe, he's stuck at PSG after Real Madrid announced that they have basically lost interest in them. We still got Arsenal still whining and crying. Even Klopp himself after this Toulouse loss had his own little meltdown. I don't know. There's just plenty to go, and we can just lob water balloons down at the pores down there, losing and playing on like Thursday nights. Gross. This is weird.
Gotta get a little used to that Europa, which I will say, I think it's a good thing that you bring up that first Liverpool Toulouse matchup, because I mean, personally, especially on a lit stream, I think And now I will admit this is alcohol free, but it's Celsius 100%.
So either
And
way,
with the
he's lit.
Toulouse Liverpool game and Toulouse winning, I'm about to get too loose myself. How wonderful. How wonderful it is. I joked with my buddy, which shout out at Movie Chemist. You should get a chance if you want to get some good quality movie opinions. They've done a podcast previous to where they just break down movies, to see TV series, some of the classics. Really, really good quality stuff. And he sent me the breakdown of him and I break talking about the game potential, the lineups. It wasn't much of anything. The back line was kind of suspect. Virgil didn't start. All those types of things. Backup keeper, bro. Salah and company still there doing their thing. How do you not get that? How do you not now in the bigger impact? I think they're still gonna fucking win the Europa. I mean, honestly, I don't see anyone stopping them. But nice to see a little hiccup from them. Nice to see a little hiccup from them.
Yeah, the only thing I could see is if maybe a matchup ends up weird and in the knockout stages and they have to maybe decide which match they want to make focus, if they want to try to hold on and maybe continue
Yeah,
to chase on to City, as opposed to maybe they draw Brighton and it's like crazy matches between the I I think they could be caught. There are a couple teams. Actually, I don't want to say there's a couple teams. Yeah, I just think if they end up Brighton, because West Ham, they've been mad inconsistent. I don't
yeah.
really know who else is in this. Let's see. Brighton, yeah, nope. Rennes, nope. Vial, like Vial, because they are used to being in this competition and they do this stuff a lot. I
Yeah.
can see something like that happening. But yeah, there's these names. That's not happening. You think Atalanta's going to stop them? Like, what are we doing
Yeah. Shout out to Kate. Happy we have you for the next 40 minutes. DT,
here?
absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. And Kronk, speak to this a little bit because I think we're looking at some of the matchups that we can probably segue to here a little later with some of the guests that we have. But with some of the Champions League results, we're gonna have folks that are gonna drop down into Europa, which by the way, I'm sorry, just from maybe this is just the American in me, but the whole concept of having like a live uh, uh, a live tournament to where you have seating and standings, but one open slot is open for someone who drops down from the other tournament. I mean, oil and vinegar, or whatever the fucking saying is. Like,
I know what you mean. They
man,
don't
that's
mix.
just
Yes, I
yeah,
got you.
you know what I mean. Like, don't mix your shit. Like, what are we doing here? That's fucked up to me.
And
So
I guess I get it because
soccer
in
and
case,
IT, I
well,
love it.
in case there are
Love
like
it.
shit teams that make it through the knockout in the second league, then you
Yeah.
have maybe the worst of the best because like in Group A with which Skye, I don't want to like step on her toes because she's gonna come on and I'm sure she'll
Mhm.
come on nice and hot. So I want to give her ample space. Which also I'm gonna get to you about that like in Well Done Steak because that's just not.
Yeah, but
So
I think she's
that's not.
roasting me and laughing at me for the oil and vinegar statement. She's like, she just put
but like Group A, Bayern, Copenhagen, Galatasaray, United,
yeah,
Copenhagen, Galatasaray, and United, they're separated between a point. So
yeah,
these last couple of matches become really big, but it's one of
mhm,
those cases. United, they're in fourth. Some crazy thing could end up happening. Whatever they end up in third, now they're also in there with Liverpool. Now we got some more big names. I'm sure they'd even take like Sevilla, but like it's real sad to see what's going on with Union Berlin,
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Uh, I don't know. It's like Red Star Belgrade, Cervania, Svezia. They're the team that is sitting in third in the group that we're in. Even these names that could potentially drop down. Okay, I guess Milan or Newcastle. Those will probably be one of the two teams that drop down. Those, so you'll get a couple of, I guess, big names that advertising dollars might want to buy off of. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little weird. But let's bring in our first guest. Uh, I'm just before he comes on, I'm gonna apologize for just being awful and not sending you an article in like 8 months, but I appreciate you nonetheless. This is the homie Bitter and Blue, the amazing city space. I'll let him explain what it is if you don't know what it is. Saul, welcome to the lit stream. How's it going, homie?
Good, good. Hello, gentlemen. Too kind there, Kronk. Yeah, joining you
Hey.
guys. Bitter and Blue, SB Nation site. Go check it out. Cover
Yes.
everything Man City. Me and Pete, our guy in England over there. Yeah, come check us out.
Yeah. So let's just get right into these because let's start off with Halan because I well actually let's start here because you and Sharpie are some of the best people who I guess the easiest way is to say whenever I give a hot take, y'all are always here to be like, you need to chill. Like whenever I'm with like the DS lander and you're just like, not now. And so I'm actually intrigued to hear how you're feeling about Halan because, like I said, usually you're kind of the voice of reason, but for some reason I'm kind of worried you actually might be having a hot take or something.
I don't think it's a hot take, but we'll
Okay.
get to a hot take I do have later.
Oh,
But for
let's go.
now,
Whoa, whoa,
Holland is not
whoa.
overreact. I think it's a major overreaction. I know you guys have seen from other rival fans that he's missing tap-ins, he's missing headers, he's missing all this kind of stuff. But and I brought some numbers for this.
This
He's
man.
on
Go
Wednesday
on.
or on Tuesday. He joined. He became 20th in UCL goals. That's all times. That means of everyone who's ever played in Champions League, he is now 20th. That's insane. He's like 23. A couple more numbers. This season, he has 15 matches, 15 goals. Again, insane. And that's given all the stuff he's missed, right? And then finally, of course, he doesn't get into form. He doesn't start rounding into form till around January, February, and then obviously in April and May when we need him the most. So everyone needs to relax, need to find their groove. We need to get behind Holland because we know he's gonna score goals, right? He has like 70 this calendar year or something like that. So everybody take a chill pill. He'll be fine, and City's gonna win at least one title, hopefully more. So
I'm
Oh
just
my
saying about
God.
this time last year,
Drop that
he
mic.
had multiple hat tricks, and I'm just saying, where are all the hat tricks this season? I'm just saying he could be
You
doing
playing that
better.
game right now?
I
You
am.
wanna
I
play
am.
that game with our
I'm
guest?
not. I actually don't because when it comes down to it, we're winning. So I'm actually kind of the worst person when it comes to arguing that kind of pep sums up in at a brace. Like right? It's uh, what was it? The tweet someone said. Pep putting Calvin on is his version of doing the Posnan. I don't. Sorry, sorry. I did not mean to do Calvin slander, but that's about the closest I'm gonna get to it. Shout out to him. Hopefully he goes to Juventus, even though we won't get any money from them because they're broke boys. But
And we're
it's a good
not
start.
helping the value by trying to put any slander out there. We need to be talking him up. Exactly what
right,
Pep's doing.
And he
yeah,
did good. He
yeah,
did.
exactly
He
what he
was.
did with Holland, right? That clip that went a little viral, the when he was yelling at him after he
Yeah.
scored that header.
And not for
So
nothing, it was like 30 plus minutes, if I'm not mistaken, right? He came on around the 60th,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
like a little after the 60th minute. I mean, look, just to extend on what you're saying, Sal, let me ask you a question. Let me pose something to you right now. Because I'm not going to go full on board with devil advocate Crunk over here. But what I will say is, can we for a second maybe try to understand the magnitude of he has missed some bunnies? Let's not mistake here for 1 minute and say there's a conversation started for a reason. And I guess the point saying being is, are we not just maybe a little bit worried about, let's say, that next game against Arsenal at the Etihad and getting a big play moment? Should I put you in a scenario where Kevin De Bruyne isn't ready yet? What say you?
I mean, we got Liverpool in 2 weeks.
yeah, that's a big one at home.
Yeah,
I think with Holland, the thing is that even without De Bruyne, he's still getting volume, right? So he doesn't have to score. He's not going to get one and then miss one and then that's
mhm,
it, right? He's going to have 4, 5, 6 chances,
yeah,
maybe more, maybe a little less, but he'll always have at least 2 or 3. So for
yeah,
me, as long as he's hitting at that 1 for 3 clip or something close to that, I
yeah,
think we'll be fine. And actually, we don't need him to round into real form
yeah.
until the KO stages in the UCL. So I
True
think
man of
we're
the
fine.
numbers. True man
And we
of the
have
number.
Alvarez, right?
Yes,
Well,
Which
yes.
is a separate. He's amazing. He's a Swiss Army knife. He does everything for us. So
200%. And Crunk's gonna go ahead and try to get here to say Liverpool in a couple weeks, right? After
Mhm.
Cole Palmer's Chelsea, that we have on Sunday.
Basically, that is
Mr. Cole Palmer himself.
Mr.
Yeah.
Germain himself, yeah.
And so I would say simply, I believe we've been in a similar situation, Sir Crunk, to where we have not had Erling Braut Haaland against Liverpool last year, in which we were down a goal to Mohamed Salah off a ricochet rebound, and Man City took care of business with Julian Alvarez and Jackie Gucci Grealish stepping up and playing a tremendous game, Crunk. So this vibe on the lit stream, my guy, about no Holland and Liverpool, I see what you're doing here in a couple weeks, sir. I want to address that. We will be okay.
I don't know.
We will be okay.
We will be. Actually, I'm not worried because one, it's at the Etihad, and two,
Damn right.
the entire squad is playing so well. If this is Haaland, I guess not at his best, not in his most focused, still lacking efficiency, I will take it. We are still scoring 2-3 goals a match.
Yeah, it's November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And saying that, Haaland, the only Big Six team he hasn't scored against is Liverpool. So maybe for this case, I do want him to get one or two. So
yeah. I want to go from our offense to talking about the defense because when you came on earlier at the your first Blitzstream appearance, you made a nice little prediction, and I was super hopeful for it, and because it matched the energy of the way that City ended the season with our defensive dominance. And your prediction was City were going to tie, potentially break the goals allowed record by Jose Mourinho's Chelsea squad. How is this looking to you right now? What are your thoughts on our defense overall right now? Is it our defense's problem? Is it maybe how Pep has things set up? Is it the fact that we're missing KDB? Is it really that big of a deal?
okay, yes. Let's start with some numbers. The Chelsea record's 15, right? So and we've already conceded 8 in 11 matches. Now stick with me. There's 27 left. So that means that we can only have like around 7 goals in 27 matches. That's not happening. It's not happening.
No way.
To go to your other point, the why the defense isn't gelling as well this year, I think it's just they haven't had enough time, right? Between the Rodri injury, between the De Bruyne injury, but it's a combination of everything. We have center backs playing left back, center backs playing right back. Some of them are playing defensive mid, so it's a little bit of everything. Everything's not clicking into place yet. I do think that'll get shored up. Obviously, Pep is a second half manager more than a first half of the season. So I think it'll get squared out. And then the John Stones injury might be huge. We'll see on Sunday against Chelsea. But other than that, I think we'll be fine going forward.
And when we have Kate from Hex, gonna go ahead and drop a Hex from Block 305 for the game because she's gonna be at that Liverpool game. I mean, we're all Gucci. We don't have to worry about nothing when we got her doing shit like that. I don't even know what the hell that means, but that shit has me scared.
I know exactly what it means. You know, you gotta set the vibes.
Getting into the dark arts there.
Exactly. Off and on the pitch, you know? We just gotta protect ourselves.
The two of you nodding your head feeling good about this, and I'm over here like, shit, I feel like I'm missing out. Wow.
We'll take it. Liverpool, I don't know about you guys, but I think I dislike them more than United, which is saying something.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I'm more fearful of them.
I really want to beat them.
I'm definitely more fearful of Poole.
Yeah, I think the majority of that is two of my brothers. They're both Liverpool fans, so that has a lot to do with it. But yeah,
I love it. I guess technically I hate United more because of the bullshit they put us through.
Yeah.
But I respect Liverpool more. If United were a more consistent threat, maybe it would be a little more stressful. I want to go because you're. Hey. Deal with it. I don't know what to tell you, Skye. International window thoughts. What do you mean by that? Just
I want to see what you guys do. You guys like it? Do you guys not like it? I think I like it most of the time. Not when there's not those terrible friendlies like the ones coming up. There's qualifying for Copa America, so that should be fun, right? But then then you get those terrible matches that are Tuesday with the C squad or D squad, and you're like, what am I watching right now? Let me go watch something else. So just get your thoughts on that. See if you guys like it, don't like it.
Have
See,
at it, Crunk. Let me hear it.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of international football, and I don't know. Maybe that's just because I come from a country where their men's football side isn't the biggest or the strongest.
Yeah.
I don't, and I like watching the talent when the Euros, Copa Libertadores, or sorry, whatever they're doing the up for. But
Copa America, yeah.
yeah,
Copa America.
Copa America. Whenever those big competitions happen, I love watching those. But these just like random friendlies, just for the sake of it or for earning things, because a lot of those, that's when your nationality, I guess, comes out. When you're just like, oh, we really need to win these matches so we can play in these competitions. I don't really care about those. So really, I'm watching it for a good match. But I mean, there's so much other sports going on. I usually watch something else.
So I can't help but find myself torn on the topic, if I'm honest. I for years, and I probably still hold a grudge towards Roberto Martinez for the amount of minutes that he's given Kevin De Bruyne in his career. I mean, the amount of times I've looked up at a fucking 4-0 lead over fucking Malmo, and this
San
guy
Martino.
is and this guy is in the 95th fucking minute, and he's still playing him, and I've never understood why, and it bothers me. But I also can probably make a strong argument that some of these international managers need to have some of these main guys because it's their fucking job, and it's one every 4 years that the one really matters. And getting to that, I do think there's way too many games, way too many matches right now, and that doesn't matter to them and the UEFA and FIFA, because all they want is the money and shit, and more games, more revenue, more looks. But it sucks. That's at the end of the day the reality of it. But yeah, I don't know. It's too much.
And Pep's talked about it, right? Something needs to get done, right? There's 60 games just on the club side. Then you add the international travel, international matches, the summer tournaments, the summer friendlies, which they only get like a week off, and they all go to Ibiza for some reason. So,
yeah, man, it's just annoying because it's happening so consistent, and it basically just goes back and forth. So like the men's starts up, and then the men's is done, and then the women's will start up. So it just feels like a constant start and stop. I know they're playing constant football, so that keeps them in shape, but I feel like when it gets down to knockout stages and nitty gritty, all of these international breaks are going to make things really weird.
Yeah. So give me some goals that you have to add to that wall behind you, man. Give me. We got the first piece added up. You just recently got that, right? Talk about how you got that one and maybe a little bit more you trying to get. What's up?
Yeah, that one was a Christmas gift a couple years ago. So finally got it up, got a little office going. I bought some artwork coming on the way, probably for next month. We'll have that ready.
Hey.
And then that's it. Just keep it simple, nice and easy. I don't know if you guys seen that Twitter account, the one that rates the back rooms. I want to be on that one day. Not today, probably not next month, but one day.
yeah.
Rate us.
Man, keep us updated on that, man. On the socials, bro. I want to see the progress. We got to get an SOB logo back there for you. A little something on us. Get added on there.
Yeah, Crunk should sell stickers, or I don't know if you do yet. Do you? Is it just
well, we just changed to a new logo, so I am currently marking down all our old merch on sale and creating new merch. But also with our event in April, I'm working on the merchandise for that and all the digital marketing package for that at the moment. There's a lot of yes, but I mean stickers are relatively the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, so I want to see if you guys want to get, before I go, the Chelsea and Liverpool matches. What do you guys think?
Chelsea's going to be light work. I'm not worried about them at all. Like people keep saying that their defense is stout and whatever. I don't think they played against a team that will constantly be on them like we will. Offensively and defensively. We will just always be near their goal. When we lose the ball, we're just going to maul them. No. Thiago, he's brilliant, but he's old, and we tend to make old defenders look real bad. I'm just looking forward to it.
Crunk's right.
Y'all
Crunk's
finna
right.
beat a mid-table team.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm just kind of like, man, I can't help but go back and I'll be that bad guy for a minute. 1-0 Champions
Let's
League
go.
final, little tap in by
Oh,
Kai. That shit hurts me, man. That shit still hurts
always.
me. But
Yeah, that's one of the worst losses I think I've ever watched.
bro, the no Rodri in the start. I mean, look, I don't even want to go back there. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
throw up tonight.
Bring the
But look,
vibe down.
yeah, exactly. But look, at the end of the day, bro, right now, this Chelsea squad, se acabó already, bro. It's not even gonna be a thing. We got them. It's for me. We're gonna spread cheeks fast and early. I don't see how that defense right now, from what I've seen, I'm not joking when I tell you I would like to have three before half. I'm
Yeah,
not joking.
yeah, yeah. They have a ton of players injured too, which obviously is going to help.
Yeah,
I did tweet about it. They're either going to beat us 1-0 or we're going to stomp them. It's going to be
yeah,
5-6-0. So I really
yeah.
don't see anything else.
I want spread cheeks. I'm not joking. Within the first 3 to 4 minutes, bro. I'm talking, and everyone knows what I mean by spread cheeks. I'm talking about byline, dribble it down, and have your center backs literally both on the outside boxes, like just absolute. Look at Crutch.
Well, and oddly enough, it makes me think of this video of Daku that's like floating around of him talking about when he was 16 and he was talking to a coach, and the coach was like, what do you want your statement to be when you're on the pitch?" And he was like, I didn't know that I shouldn't be saying this, but I said I wanted to kill the person. I wanted them to have nightmares of me. I want them to literally never want to face me again. And I was just like, I love this kid.
So
And
Mike
he's like,
Tyson wrote the motivation speech.
but truly, and he was like, yes, this is something that I look back on now that I won't say that anymore. Now I just want to say I want to play the best I can. And he basically was like, I am media trained now, so don't worry, I'm good. But the dude's a killer. I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do to that Chelsea side.
Yeah, and Holland should be 100% right because he only played
Yes.
like 45 minutes. So, and then Liverpool, one more. What do we think?
Anything's possible with them, but I don't know. The way that they work is if you can get them early and then they figure out themselves by the end. City aren't the side that you can go down 2-3 goals with and scrounge a draw. So that's what makes me enthusiastic. Now, if Liverpool scores first, which they tend to do against us,
Yeah.
I've been in the position where I've seen them come back, but it does make me a little uneasy.
At the very worst, a draw. At the very worst.
Yeah, I
just
think
feel a little,
Go ahead.
I just feel a little confident. I just feel a little confident right now with where we are, and I know we have the 2 losses early, but there's just when Pep comes out and makes the statement from a vibes perspective, this is the best it's felt in years, and since he's seen it, it just you get the sense this is very, like you said, calma right now. Everyone stay calm, and yeah, I at the very least shoot out 3-3.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I think on top of the Liverpool match, I don't like going into January on top of the league because usually we always are not top of the league in January, and then we come back, pull off 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 straight, which is always amazing for the banter and the vibe. So on the pool match, I do think it's going to be high scoring, which is not good for my prediction, but it is fun. And yeah, so I think we're going to be all right this season.
Hey, all right. Well, homie, before we get you out of here, please let people know how they can find you and what you're up to and all those good things. Plug yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys can check out our website. It's bitterandblue.com. And then we're also on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, for now, at bitterandblue1. And then if you guys want to follow me, I'm at Saul_434. So thank you guys for having me. Nice to meet you, Orlando, and be back next month.
Fan367, Saul already said that Haaland hasn't scored in the league against Liverpool. Can you please stop hating?
I did say that.
Repeat yourself much? I'm just kidding. I don't know.
This is how you
I'm
know
just
the
messing
show's
with you.
growing. We have a troll.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's right.
Well, actually, the homie
Fantastic.
PH in
Oh, maybe not.
FC,
Maybe not.
yes.
Spoke too soon.
No, hey, no, I love trolls. No, we've had a few trolls back. Actually, a couple years ago, our first bunch were a bunch of Leeds people when they we played them and they were throwing all the food trash at Grealish.
And they lit fireworks, I think, too.
Yeah, and so we named our episode "Trash Fans Throw Trash," and so for the whole rest of the season, we had Leeds fans at us.
Yeah, I also don't like Americans because they have American owners, and then they had some flop American players, so it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it was great. All right, homie.
Silly.
Well,
All right, guys.
I'll let you go. See ya.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Saul.
Hey,
Great guest.
Appreciate
Great
it.
guest.
Hey, we're about to bring the homie in. Let's flip it. We're gonna stay.
Are we
in
lit?
Manchester.
Is that what's happening right now?
We're staying in Manchester. This is my I come in peace bounce. This is because I feel like she's gonna come hot enough at her own team because
we're doing it. We're doing it.
They're
now?
down. They're down bad for
Okay.
their own way and their own reason. So I have no need to make fun of the squad.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll do it herself. Crunk, could you move your camera down a little bit? There's something behind you that's distracting. Dun dun da 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 da. Go, Pat, go! I got you, homie.
Something that's a little distracting.
Skye, Sunshine FC, how's it going?
Going great. How's everyone doing today? Thanks for having me.
So
Ready.
happy to have you. Yes. Well, I mean, we had such a good time having you on the Manchester Derby watch along. It was fun. It was refreshing. I just wanted to run it back. I wanted to have you back, check on you, see how things are going, because times are timing at Manchester United. So yeah, I just want to check in on you.
This is the lit stream, right?
Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come in with something hot take, because I'm shameless, okay? Saul seems like a very nice person, but I would like to address who has the most goals in the Champions League right now, and it is not Haaland, okay?
Oh my.
It is Hoyland, okay? I got called... This man, people call this Chrysler 3000 to the Bentley. I'm going to need y'all to stop. Now, we're not talking about Premier League. I'm talking about Champions League. Okay? So, hush. That's all I got to say.
Like I said, I'm giving you your space. I'm giving you your space now because I still have you here for 10, 15 more minutes. There's plenty of time. Get that back in. What are we doing right now? Holland.
I had to. It's only right.
I'm so proud of her. I'm actually very proud of her in this take right now. This is an excellent.
He's playing. He's not.
No,
playing
this is
in the league.
This is a pivot of epic proportions.
Of the season.
This is a pivot. I thought she was gonna come on and bring alcohol, something herself, roll up something while she's sitting here with us. Whatever the circumstances may be, I thought we were going to go straight into that. Instead, I get a stat update, a stat checking, and an immediate pivot to a sprinter, to a guy who has been known to just kill it on the track.
That's right. No shame. Listen, I got to take a W when I can. This is my
facts.
You will not push me off this ledge.
Well, yeah, like you said, I won't try to. I mean, it's what you got. You got to hold on to that. Well, and honestly, I'm not going to hate on Holland because I think he's going to be good. Yeah, he has good old Rasmus. He has, yeah, and that chant is so bad. But anyway, he'll be good. As long as he doesn't take too many, like he watches his back. He's a young dude.
I mean, we don't service him, so he's doing his best. That's all I gotta say.
When you order Halan on Wish.com, oh man,
keep talking.
Until
we drop it.
How many does he have right now currently?
5.
How many?
5 in 4 games.
Oh my gosh.
How many was it like a batch in one game though? Was it like
no, it was 2, 2, and 1, I believe.
Okay, that's actually good. That's pretty good actually.
Yeah. Start out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just had to get that off my chest. Continue.
Yeah, that's some
No,
bullshit.
that's excellent.
Coming in with the heat, It's a lit stream. I had to do it.
Okay, well then let's immediately flip on this because I want to talk about some Ten Hag.
Let's do it.
This bald bitch.
I'm not Ten Hag out.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
Listen.
Let's navigate that a little bit.
Listen. Do I question his tactique? Yes.
He has tactics.
I don't understand substitutions. I am not understanding how the locker room and how the management's happening. But it doesn't get better if we get a new manager at this point. Okay.
Agreed.
So I'm just gonna stick it out and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I can't do another manager. I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah. Brad's coming in with absolute heat.
Ten Hag, when you order Pep on Wish.com.
That's his only joke.
No, Brad's coming in with heat. Brad's coming in with heat.
Ten Hag, when you order Pep on Temu. How about that? There you go. We'll just change the brand. It's still the same thing.
Skye,
what's your thoughts on Mount?
Did Varane and Eric have a ruffle up?
Yeah.
Is this valid? This is valid.
I don't know if you guys saw the clip on X at all because I watched the game obviously, but when he came on the pitch, there was no eye contact. He walked right by him, and Ten Hag tried to pat him on the back, and he just walked right on by. So I definitely think there's something going on there. But I just don't think that older players maybe respect him. Listen, if I'm Varane and I'm looking at Ten Hag, who has Varane played under?
Yeah.
This man has won some of the best trophies you could get as a soccer player, right? He's played under some of the best managers. So if I'm him, which I'm not saying this is right, okay? You're looking at him like he's crazy.
No.
And Ten Hag did say on the mic when people were like, "Why didn't you play Varane?" He said, "We have center backs that I played who in my system are better. They handle the ball a little better." And what I will say is that little clip of Varane that's going around of him giving up that goal, chipping the ball up into the air and everything.
Bro, I was just about to comment on it.
That doesn't look the best.
No.
But that was just one moment. You watched the match. How did he look?
He was so out of character. I was shocked that it was him because he's the person for me that I look to for the experience that has that calmness to him that flows through the other team or through the other players, And when I'm seeing him acting like that, I'm like, okay, I'm a fan. I really would like you not to embarrass me right now with how you look on the pitch. But, I mean, he's probably like, you're playing Maguire over me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. In a Champions League game, that's crazy.
I mean, my only defense, and just as a City fan, and I want you to address to maybe, and right after I say this, please address the question we have. Your thoughts on Mason Mount, but on a quick pause. Varane looked by Gabriel Jesus a few years in the Champions League, and he hasn't been right since. When he played with Madrid, absolutely fucking rinsed. But the reason we gave up we won the game, we had 2 goals. One of them was a ricochet, and a made pass, and I think your dogs is like, hold on, right now, because I'm talking this shit, and Bud got up like, nah, he's not having it. I'm letting you know right now that since that moment for me, he's been absolutely rinsed. What's your thoughts on Mason Mount, please?
I wish he wasn't here, but I can't
okay.
You have to just accept it at this point. He's not going to leave, so it's just acceptance. The only issue I have with Ten Hag is why do you have him here if you're not going to play him? You said this. Let's just think about this as a Man United fan. You gave him number 7. Are you mad?
Of a number. That's kind of trash, though. Can we move on?
Sit on the bench? I am shook.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Even the Champions League game last night, he came in and he didn't help at all. I think his confidence is shook because of what Ten Hag has done to him. So I think he's mentally just not there because of that. But I just don't see how you sign him and say this is your guy for your tactique. Again, you're saying you can't play Ajax ball because you don't have the players, but then you bring these players in that are supposed to play Ajax ball. I don't understand. I don't get it. So yeah, I'm having an identity crisis. Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, it matches your club, so I mean that works.
It what?
I said it matches the club. Yeah, so that works.
Yeah. I mean, from the top down, we're pretty much screwed. So
yeah, and that. Okay, so the perfect lead into that. I have always been this person where I've been like, I refuse to let you guys blame the Glazers. I refuse. That doesn't make any sense to me. Pep, after the week after whatever our last match was in the presser, he said, "Hey, United, they can be good again once their ownership matches their office, matches their scouting team, matches." And I was like, okay, well, if that's what Pep said, if he's blaming the Glazers, he's not. He's saying if they're all on the same page, which is easily just saying the Glazers. I get it. I now concede and say out with the Glazers, I guess. But
only took
as a City fan, I want them to say forever.
It only took Pep for you to believe that. Us saying it wasn't enough for you.
Yeah, because you're a bunch of wine babies who make excuses. So like what?
Noted.
well, and this is. We live in a world where both of you are correct right now, to be completely honest with you, because this is the concept that, or the one aspect we're forgetting here. You all have continued to have these moments where you have a belief, a fool's gold, a moment where you think it's actually right. And if we just continue to steer this way, and what it allows the Glazers to do is to continue to do the very thing that they're doing right now, which is not a goddamn thing that's good for you.
Yeah.
Exactly the reason why you win the Carabao Cup and get bodied in the FA Cup and tell yourself that that's okay for now is the same reason why right now we can have these questions, because Eric Ten Hag's job's safe because he got you a trophy last year. Yeah. And this whole, if we go to the banter conversation, which as City fans, I like to sit back with my little drink and just be like, watch you clubs do it, which is this whole banter of who had the better season, Arsenal who competed for a title race or United who walked away with a trophy. And it's kind of like, go on with this stupid fucking conversation, please entertain me, clowns. Because what I find funny about it is it's all speaking to a mediocrity, a level down that you two can keep going while like the fighting with Arsenal and the bitching of Arsenal. Shame. Continue. Llora. Cry more. It all we're gonna do is just keep winning, because that's at the end of the only thing that matters. Yeah. So that fool's gold with you guys kind of gets me.
No, I agree. I mean, I get another hot take.
Let it out.
Especially with Premier League games, right? I would have rather lost to Burnley and to Sheffield United and to Fulham, because those goals right at the end of the game that like, oh my gosh, we got 3 points, are literally the detriment to us, because it's not fixing anything. It's just putting another Band-Aid on a crack. And I agree with you. Like I 100% agree, because at the end of the day, I want our team to play good football, and we are not playing good football. We look crazy. It is chaos. And these wins in and out here and there are not helping. Again, they're keeping the Glazers safe. Because I tell you right now, if we have not won any of those games, it's a different conversation right now. Very different.
Yeah. It's tactically what I've brought up before on certain things that I've done, but and messages that I've had with Crunk previous, like before I even joined. It's the missing piece that I think tactically, when we look at Chelsea and ask the questions when they were attacking with all the previous managers, I can't tell you how many fucking guys came through there, Potter and company. But when we were asking questions when Ben Chilwell was getting in attacking positions, and we were like, oh, they're good, they're creating, but Ben Chilwell in that position, and I'm just like, okay, but who's that on? It's on the fucking manager. If you are happy and content with the fact that Ben Chilwell is in an attacking third position and he's put himself in that scenario, okay, who's that on? That's on the manager. It's the same concept. If you are happy with McTominay in the fucking attacking third and in the situations where he's the pushing forward midfielder and you get those results, I mean, fool's gold. I tell you, I think that's a false hope. I don't think you're going to go very far with fucking McTominay up in an attacking situation. So that's just my take.
No,
I mean, your leading Premier League scorer.
What'd you say?
I said Andy's your leading Premier League scorer.
I know.
Look at that stat bringer right there.
I'm part of the Scott McTominay fan club.
I had a really good question that I wanted to ask you guys, but I forgot. It lost me. It was about what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it. So if I'm not mistaken, maybe it's because we're Manchester United. I don't know, but because Pep didn't start off and just hit the ground running, right? Didn't it take him like a couple years for him to like?
No, it just took one. It just took one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I heard something.
He got fourth, and then the next year it was first, and then it was second, then it was first, and then I think it was third, and then it was first, and then second.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to understand, like how long is too long? Because Arteta's still there, Klopp is still there.
No.
I don't know.
The moves need to be made. Like in fairness to the question that you're asking, if you're looking for what essentially foundationally what was needed at first, Nolito needed to leave. Javi Garcia needed to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had certain guys.
Joe Hart needed to leave.
Yeah. Jesus Navas needed to leave. I think he was kind of departing by that time. These Joe Hart, again, the guys that we just or as I've coined the phrase before, ho hart. It's not enough. We need to move forward. So that's at a risk, but at the same time, who are you doing it for?
But that's I think my biggest concern with Ten Hag is like, even with I see with Ange Postecoglou, right? Even though he's only been there less than a year, I see something. I see him. I don't see anything, and that is what scares me. It's because he even says, if you're telling us you can't play your style of football, then figure it out. Like, I don't understand why he's having a hard time getting that across to the players when all these other managers can't. That's my biggest worry, I think.
Spot on, Skye.
That Man United, I don't know.
Yeah. Spot on, Kai. Spot on, Skye. I think that's what I'm going to just start saying now on Twitter anytime you come out with some fire that I completely agree with. Spot on. I can't disagree with you. It's there, right? Crunk, you agree?
Right. Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, I bring her on for a reason. I fox with her. She's great. Can I have you plug yourself?
That's false hope again. That's false hope. I'm sorry. We did not play good football last year. I'm sorry. I was just reading a comment.
No.
Oh, you're good.
Get out of
here. Before you get out of here, though, please plug yourself.
Oh, yeah. So, again, thank you guys for having me. I always love talking to you guys. It's a great time. My name is Skye, but I'm usually Sunshine FC15 on TikTok. Really, really active there. But I'm also on X as well, the same Sunshine FC15. So I'd love to talk with you guys and talk football and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Hey.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, you have a good rest of your night.
You too. Bye.
Shout out.
See ya. All right.
Great guest.
Well, we're going to bring on the homie. Just
Hey.
Hey.
Good evening.
Hey. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Anytime. My pleasure.
Also, I love this. You're starting off with just a gem, Jeremy Doku. He's and even that, it was Jeremy Doku's on fire, but then after this, in 5 years, all things considered, who will we say is a better signing between Doku and Vardiol? And I will say, I think Doku only because of the fact that his fee was lower. So whatever, if he keeps this pace and continues to grow and we continue to win off him, people will be like, wow, because it's just like kind of with the kanji. People kind of don't take him for granted because we were able to get him for like 17 million euros. Doku, 40 million, that's not that much. With Vardiol, with that $80 million price tag, I think he is expected for us to have success. So maybe I think that will be held against him, if that answers your question.
It does. So I'll answer the question as well. It's going to take me a long time to get there, so bear with me. My bedtime routine. I brush my teeth. I check Twitter, see what you guys are up to. Give my wife a goodnight kiss. Turn off the lights. And the very next thing I do is pray for the health of my family, my friends, and also for Pep Guardiola and Sheikh Mansour. We are so blessed to have these guys. What signings these last 2 years especially. So these two guys are obviously two of our newest signings. And I think I completely agree with you, Kronk. We knew sort of what we got with Guardiola. If I saw some ranking system, he was the number 2 defender behind Ruben Diaz in the world, right? So we knew his ceiling. He was already meeting his ceiling. He's probably going to get a little better. But wow, Jeremy has completely surprised me in the best way possible. The guy is a freak of nature in the best way possible. When you can make Pep Guardiola's jaw drop, who has managed all these people, including Messi, that's special. So I really think in 5 years from now, I agree with you. Because of his price tag, because of his high ceiling, he's going to be the guy we look back and say, thank goodness we got this guy.
I love it. I love it. Alhamdulillah to you as well, sir. I completely agree with you. Absolutely. 100%. I'm thankful as well. And I'd like to actually add that to my routine. I good night. Thank you. Thank you. Brad, and if all three of us were in a room, we all agree, then at least one of us would be expendable. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Joshua Gavardio argument for a minute. Okay. My take is simple, and I think it's just going to be shown through time. I think he's probably generationally, for us, going to be the next great defender next to Ruben Diaz. I think for me, the dynamic of him being left-footed, being able to cover the left back role, understanding that a guy like Nathan Ake is probably going to extend, or has extended with us, if I'm not mistaken, and going to be that senior role, while Akanji's going to continue to play that right center back role moving into DM. I don't necessarily see how both would be a competitor to the Josko Gavardio role. I had scary moments for opposing defenses the other day. If you watched the game in the Champions League, and Josko Gavardio had a move in the penalty box where he literally fake shot, brought it back to his left, and got a shot on goal. And I am telling you, it is scary scenes with what that guy can do from an attacking perspective. The ultimate dream, in my opinion, is being that João Cancelo on the left side, but instead of making those Travella passes nasty into Haaland, I see him dropping those speed-driven low balls to Bernardo, cut in beautiful little dimers to Jack that gets the hockey assist, essentially. So Doku has been, I mean, my God, you guys made both great arguments, 100%. I think he's definitely, from a value perspective, wow, we've won. What a tremendous signing. Love the kid. But Josko, I think, is going to be transformative for this team. That value on that left side, I think it's going to pay huge dividends.
Yeah, and I guess that's the sad thing about losing Stones is in this current style that we play, yes, possession is big, but there are times where we have possession, but I don't feel like we have control, if that makes any sense.
No.
And that is a big thing that I feel John Stones brings, is control. Even when he's pushing up as a defender in outside, like Varial, but when he's on the ball, like, there are moments, if he just wasn't so like tall and lanky, I would mistake him for an actual like midfielder. Or what is Grealish doing over on that side of the pitch? It's just he knows what to do. He doesn't try to push it. It's just brilliant, and that is what I'm not looking forward to missing with him.
Yeah.
But we were doing fine without him. I just want us to actually rest our injured players and let them rest. Like Kate, they always talk about KDB coming back. He's doing good. He's ahead of schedule. I said it. I don't want him touching a pitch for City until January. And then, again, if that's the ninth against Newcastle, if that's the first time he does it, that's fine. But that's still 2 more months of him just prep. I want him so pissed off because Pat keeps telling him to wait. That when he finally comes back on the pitch, he has like a hat trick of goals and assists because he's been waiting to get on this pitch. I want him pissed. I think there's a fire on this squad that I'm only seeing from really like Daku and Phil. Like Rodri, his thing isn't fire, so you'll never really get that from him.
Right.
And then Halan, he's intense, but I wouldn't say that I'm seeing fire from him. But yeah, and Diaz used to be great for that. Like, I'm not watching him like I used to, but I don't know. I just feel like he's not that fire on our squad that we used to have. I'm just a little worried at the moment.
Brad, what do you think about that? Who do you think are some of our cornerstone guys? I mean, I think Crunk's kind of alluding to something there, which is possibly the winning's getting a little stale for some of these older guys that you're not going to get that passion and that fire from. Where we got a guy like Kevin who's out for a while, maybe not coming back. And update Crunk. I think there's an article that came out with Kevin saying there's not even been a timeline on his update. I'm pushing it back expectation wise personally, not just January. I'd say February, March earliest, because there's not even a structure of him even getting back to some substantial training. So, but Brad, what do you think about that, man? From a fire perspective on some of these players that we have.
You know, you say it all the time in sports, the torches get passed to a different generation, and I think that's sort of happening now. We've lost some people that have been around a long time. KDB's out. Stones is hurt a lot all the time right now, unfortunately. I think this is time for some of these younger players to come in and take the torch up. You know, I still think Rodri, he may not have the fire, but I do think he is somebody who brings a certain calm and peace to the squad. He keeps the control. You talk about control. To me, everything runs through him a lot. I think Diaz should be that guy. I think he should probably be the captain, honestly. If I was voting, I'd vote for him. You know, I'd love to see Kyle Walker as a senior member now at this point in time to sort of be that. But I would love to see somebody like a Florio come up and say, you know what, I'm going to be the cornerstone. You guys hired me for this position. I want to be the main defender. I'm going to be the big guy here. But on the offensive side, you know, Foden's been there a long time. You know, and I think Crunk, you said it, he's sort of played with a lot of fire this year, maybe more than some others. So those are some of the guys I would say that I'd like to see rise up a little bit more even.
And I'm happy you say that, because my thesis to what both of you have right here, it's the new guys that haven't won shit yet. It's the thirsty motherfuckers that are like, yo, you guys need to be salivating here, because I know you've done it and you're used to it, but I haven't. So I'm trying to taste it. So give me a piece. And I think we're going to need the Dokus with that energy. I think we need a young motherfucker ready to gritty on a bitch. I do. I genuinely think that we need that curve, that change. It keeps Pep young. It keeps and he said this before, and you hear this in coaching and here in American sports with some of the collegiate coaches. I would love to get Tarek on here to kind of speak to this. The notion of that you're going to, like, the 5-year rule, right? You can only say the same shit in so many different ways before a program, a roster, a booster, an entire group gets tired of your shit. And that's why we've seen greats like Pep, because they're not going to change. The greats aren't going to change. They are who they are because of what they've done. You need to adjust, be the amoeba and conform. And if you're not going to be able to do that, that's why you're not going to have long-term success. To City's credit, we have been able to take the mad genius himself and conform to his very wishes. And it has paid dividends. And like you said, back to how it started, my guy. I want to lay down in bed before we do our little routines and everything. Be thankful for the health of my family, my friends, and thank God for Sheikh Mansour and Pep Guardiola. Fucking hell, Brad. Thank you for that, man.
You're welcome. Y'all got a routine now.
And now that we had the nice and good, Brad did add in a little bit of spice at the end. How I'm a little scared to say it. How long can we keep Daku and Grealish, or is there a way to use both effectively and keep them happy? I will take the latter. Yes. Pep. Again, I always just go, well, Pep said. Pep said in the previous match, everyone was all, Daku, he's so great, he's so great, he's so great, he's so great. And it was like, okay, hold on now. We brought him to be on the right, and he doesn't quite have it on the right. I've watched him. He just got done playing with his national team on the right, and he was great. So bring that quality to Manchester, because we're going to need you on the right. And I think that was the intention the whole time, because we can have Daku with the chaos on the right, Grealish with the control, that's how it was when we had the Mahrez Grealish. It was the chaos, the control. We're getting there. It's just, and he scored a goal on the right. He started on the left, ran right, got the ball back and scored. But either way, he scored on that side. That's a good step to the direction. Yeah, so I think we could do it.
Both these guys want a lot of playing time. How can we get them on the pitch enough minutes to keep them happy, though?
Well,
you think they're both going to play left and right?
Do you subscribe to the concept?
I think Grealish is just left. No, I think Grealish is just left. If he comes onto the right, I think he will be doing even less on the right than he does on the left. No, I just think I think it's good to have as many players as you can that can play multiple positions. So you can afford the Haaland, who is only a striker, the Grealish, who is only a left winger. And when you have all these other people who can move, Phil, he needs to be, I would much rather have him in the midfield. And even Rodri, in a recent interview, was like, hey, he in the midfield is one of the best technical players on our squad. Yeah. So I think everybody wants him in the midfield. It really just becomes in this point, especially now that Doku has come in and he's been as great as he is. What do we do with Alvarez? And then even the bigger question, what happens when KDB comes back?
That's a huge question. Brad, I subscribe to the controlled chaos theory. Mm-hmm. I subscribe to that rotational situation. And I do believe in the concept of having both on each side. And if Kronk's also right, I don't believe he's going to be on the right side. It's more of just the left. But I challenge anyone, and I will, if I'm wrong, correct me. I would love to see the film and go back. I would have to go back and watch it because I was working while watching the game. When we had the last 30 minutes of Calvin Phillips coming on, which I'm so happy he got minutes, I'm going to talk up my player. I'm going to talk up that value. He is great. We love Calvin Phillips. Yes. 40 plus million, a tremendous player. He is yours, my friend. He is yours, my friend. Come for him, my friend. 40 plus million, my friend. He is yours. Good player, my friend. Good player. So to that, it's real simple. In that game, when we saw him come in and do that, and the subs were made, Jack Grealish was on the left side as a 10. He wasn't out wide. Doku was out wide left. Jackie Grealish was in the 10 slot in and coming back. I know this a few times because Young Boys had a few moments where they got it, and I saw Jack Grealish track back, and I'm thinking, what the fuck is Jack doing tracking back like that? Shout out to him for tracking. And then when I see him go back to the offensive side, I see he is not out playing wing. He's out actually in the left 10 spot, a little bit more midfield. And my boy DT3 is in here saying, yep. Please confirm you're saying yep to that if what I'm saying, sir, because I just need to know. Yeah, so if that's the case, the indica, okay, good, because I did take a break right there while I was working, and the indica was lit before the game. So I just want to make sure that I saw what I saw correct. So shout out to you for letting me know. So there's your answer, sir. Let's get some Jackie Grealish and a little bit of that left hand.
Yeah, and I feel like that that's more of his Aston Villa vibes, and maybe Pep specifically put him out wide because he wanted him to know the style a little bit more, because that's what Pep specifically said, is midfield is the hardest position to do in his style, because you're just looking from all around everywhere and there's a lot to take in. That might have been a little much for Grealish. Now it might be maybe he is too bored of the left winger position. Maybe that's why he is struggling to take the shots and make the passes, because he's bored. Maybe he's trying to look further than he needs to. Sharpie did say Grealish was the KDB, and sure, he did. And that's what I love about having multiple people, because I don't ever have to be right about anything, because most of the time they are.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. That's a great point.
Yeah, it's and then I'll bite again with Skye starting trouble. Grealish or Doku, Brad?
I love both of them. Jack's taken a beating by City fans on X, yes. If you're on there. I mean, he's taken a beating these last 2 years, especially the last month or so. I love Jack. I appreciate Jack. In this day and age, it's all about the goals and assists, and he's not getting those all the time. And then you have Doku coming in and responsible for 5 goals and assists in one match. So he's getting all the love, rightfully so. But there are things that Jack does that I appreciate that don't always get your attention. Long term, I think I'll go back to my original question. What we're going to say in 5 years? Daku.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But Grealish in these big matches, those key matches, the fouls he draws just in opportune moments.
Exactly.
The way that he will just get their best defender carded within, like, if he comes in as a sub, he'll get that person carded in the first 5 minutes. That is so key. He just makes players hate him. And so then they're not thinking straight, and all they want to do is like hurt him. And there's just, you need that. When he came to City, we already had it with Phil, but it was the same thing when we brought Akanji, even Ruben to a certain extent. There were a lot of people, they call this like schoolboys. Pep loves the schoolboys. The players that Pep has been bringing in as of late have a lot of edge. They have a lot of height. There's some strong dudes. I love that. I think that is Pep. That's his evolution, because he loved the tiny little technical dudes. Now he realized, oh, it's 2023. Everybody's technical. Everybody can be athletic. Let's evolve my sport. Now he's doing the things that he was doing with these little dudes. Yeah, and now we're the bullies. I love it. I'm here. I say all the time, last season my whole thing was a heel. I've been saying, embrace the evil. We are the evil empire. People are going to say who we are. Once I'm going to tell you what really flipped my brain, and it's so simple. It was us being the bad guys in Ted Lasso. As like, bro, we're bad guys in a Disney show like that. that shows you. It's just that, because people will believe it. And anytime I say I'm a City fan, people who don't know sports, that's what they'll be like. They're like, "Oh, do you like Ted Lasso?" And I'm like, "No, I don't fucking like no Ted Lasso. Get in my face."
Brad, you subscribe to that? Are we the evil empire?
Yeah, I think we are, because of the oil money for one thing, right?
Mhm.
But what some of the most memorable sports teams to me are those evil empires. I hate the New York Yankees. Hated them when they're good. Sorry, Orlando. I know you're probably a fan, but
I love it. Continue,
man.
please.
But also, the sport's better.
Oh,
When they're
hold
good.
on. I'm not. We ain't doing this. We are not making United the fucking rebels. We are not. Y'all are not the good guys in this story.
Sith Lords. Sith Lords.
No,
my
sorry. I didn't mean to
gosh.
derail you, Brad. I'll let you go back to it.
No,
Yeah, get to
like, my most memorable teams are like the Detroit Pistons Bad Boys, right? Remember
Yes.
Rodman, Lambert, and Tariq's Miami Hurricanes in the 80s and the 90s. I love those teams. I love the edge they had. If we had that and that's what we're thought of, I'll wear that all day long. I'm good with that. I embrace that.
Well, and it's funny too, because I feel like at the beginning of Pep's, again with all the schoolboys, with the Guerrero company and stuff like that, we were the good guys. And Liverpool, they were the ones with the edge, the hardcore metal football, whatever his name they call it, high metal, heavy metal football or whatever. And then Pep and all of his, or Klopp and all of his harshness started becoming like darling, and people started like loving that. It became a fan favorite, and then Pep's constant winning, it just slowly made us bad guys, and then naturally the oil money, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's
being
just
the bad guy only means you're doing really well for a long period of time. I'll take that all day long.
and it's more fun being the bad guys. You get to talk shit. When you're the face, you have to smile, you gotta like people, you gotta be friendly. I'm tired of that stuff. That stuff gets boring. All the fake bullshit. I don't like some of you guys.
People love Batman. People really love the Joker. I'd rather be the Joker.
Damn, that's some
it's
shit,
not the
Brad.
whole like incel part, but yeah. Other than that, yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's 8:10. I am out of my citrus bubbly water, so I want to fill that up. And yeah, so Brad, please, thanks for coming on. Plug yourself. Let people know how to get a hold of you, follow you if that's something you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. X. I'm on X or Twitter, whatever you're going to call it these days, whatever Elon's calling it. Brad Baker 42.
Hey, shout out to you, homie. Well, you have a good rest of your night. Truly appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad.
See you.
All right. Well, I want to thank our guests, Saul, A Bitter and Blue, Skye, and Brad Baker. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the homie Jake, 50 plus donor. I 1,000% want to jack your German club anthem tournament for the English. I want to do that. That would it's just some of those German songs. They were crazy. They're hilarious. Yeah, I wasn't expecting. What was it? Mainz? That Mainz one slapped. They're like it was great. I was playing it while I was waiting for everyone to hop on. I was sharing it on the stream. I appreciate what he does. He's the homie. Yeah, I'm Crunk Chocolate. This is Lando. We're Shades of Blue. Appreciate everybody on the YouTubes, everybody who's been here on FanFest Live, lighting up the chats, people who are watching you on Twitter, all the people who will be watching the replay. I appreciate you. Thumbs up, like, rate, review. You know the vibes. Shady Gang. Shady Gang. Shady Gang. Oh, yes. And come to Chicago.
Yeah.
420.
Link up.